Hi, fifth grade. This week you guys are going to be working on a biome drawing. If we go ahead and click on the name of the file, right here we have biome drawing, and you guys have been studying these in your science class. You're currently working on Google Slides project where you are putting in the characteristics and the plants and the animals of each of your biomes. And on the last slide of that presentation, you have to put in a Google drawing of a biome. So I'm working with your fifth grade teachers, and today's tech class, you guys are going to be creating the drawing that's supposed to go on the last slide. So I have given you a link to a Google Drawing page. So if you just go ahead and click on that to open that up, you will get a checkerboard design. And what you need to do here is simply put graphics onto the checkerboard, and everything must stay on the checkerboard of the biome that you are doing. So you have to be thinking about what does it look like. So I would start off with your background and think of what does the floor or the place where you would walk in this biome look like? What trees are around? When you look out across the biome, what do you see? What are some things that you see? And all you're going to do is just some Google searches. So I kind of did an example over here of a rainforest. And when I started off, I simply did some Google searches for trees in the rainforest. I looked for plants in the rainforest. I looked for floor of the rainforest and just kind of looked at the different pictures. And then what I did is I just grabbed some of them and I put them into my drawings. Now I am searching the web for these. So what you can do is once you find a picture, is you can do that right click with the two fingers, and you can either just copy it and then come over here to your other, your drawing and do your Control V to paste it in. Now another thing that you might want to do is save it and take it in to remove the background. So I'll show you that here in a second. But on some of these, you're going to see that the pictures might have some writing on it. And in some cases, these might be considered copyright pictures. So you can search for pictures that are not copyrighted by clicking on Tools and choosing Type, or under Users' Rights, Under User Rights, you can choose Label for Reuse with Modification, meaning that it's labeled, the picture's labeled that it can be reused other places, and you can modify it, and it's okay to do that. So when you do that, sometimes your images change, but these would all be considered pictures that would not be copyrighted, and you can then use these freely and modify them, and it doesn't matter. So again, if you would find something that you like, you can click on it with your two fingers, you can copy it, and come over to your checkered board and do your Control V, and then you've got it in. Now, once you start to put these in, you don't want it to look like you've done one of these numbers, where you click on the side box and you drag it across. That doesn't look good, okay? See how that's blurry and distorted? So remember, you have your undo. And what you want to do is always pull from the corners, okay? Now, in some respects, you don't want to fill up the whole page with one picture, okay? Now, you can if you want, but I think it's going to be, it might be harder in some respects to do that. This picture works pretty well, like it does expand the whole area. So you could do that on this one. And then go and look for the plants of the rainforest. And again, you would look under Tools and User Rights, and you could do Label for Reuse. Then you could find pictures again that you can use that are free, and you can go ahead and, like, these are some plants, so I can right click and I can copy those, and I can come over here. Now when I put them in, obviously I don't want them to look like they've just got glued into the area. You want to kind of make it work. So one thing you can do is you can crop the picture. So I click on this picture, make my screen a little bit bigger. I have a crop tool here, and I can even crop it into a shape. So I'm going to like crop it into like an oval and put it down kind of towards the bottom, kind of shrink it up a little bit, and try to get it to blend in as best as I can. Okay. And then you want to keep adding pictures to your background, and you're putting in things that represent characteristics of the biome. You need to have 2 animals. You need to have 2 types of plants that are there. Right? Now, I'm not going to spend my whole movie kind of recreating the picture, but I'm going to go back to my sample here that I have. Once you're done, then what you need to do is you need to do your text box. And that's this tool here where you click and you just draw out a box. And then you can change your font color, like I changed mine to white. And then you can label the items that you see, plants, animals, and so forth. So you're identifying what they all are. Okay. So I've kind of labeled, here's some plants, here's some animals, here's one here, here's one here. I've given a title. Now how I got my writing to go this way is all I simply did was to type a letter, hit enter, type a letter, hit enter. And that just kind of kept making it go down and down and down. Okay. Now you don't have to do it that way. You can have it go across. But I felt it kind of hid my 2 pictures here. These 2 pictures are 2 separate images. By putting that text on top of that, kind of like the line that separates those pictures, it kind of hides it and it kind of makes your picture morph together. So this picture here, I made it oval, so it kind of filled in like some overlapping pictures. The monkey here, he actually was on a different picture here, and I cropped out what he was around. Okay, I'm not sure if I'll be able to find it again, but I don't think I can. Anyways, so I removed that picture, that image, so I saved it. So I'm gonna go to upload, and I'm gonna bring in my rainforest animal that I found. And there he is. That's what he looked like on the internet, but this took out all the background. So here he is. So he looks a little goofy, all right? But when I download him and I bring him into my backdrop, you can't tell he looks goofy there. He looks like he's coming out from behind that tree, kind of blends in with the ground. Same thing with my toucan here. I think you saw it had a background around it and it took all that away. Okay, and that's from the site that we've been to before called remove.bg. And that's going to help you to get rid of some extra backgrounds that you may not need. And that helps you then just to have the image to kind of tuck in to a spot of your biome. And then that way, it kind of looks like an example of what you would see in a rainforest. And it doesn't look like it's all like chunked together into little tiny pieces of here's a picture here, here's a picture here. Kind of morphed and done together to look nice. Okay. Again, on this one, I took the background off. I did the cropping tool. I try to get as small as I can. And I just kind of, once I got one, I copied it and then I pasted it. So I had another one that I could put somewhere else. Okay. So put it throughout. So once you get one the way you like it, you can kind of scatter more elsewhere. Now, once you're done here, all you have to do for me to finish the project is you would go back to Google Classroom and you would go ahead, hit View Assignment, and you would go ahead and turn it in. So that would be giving it to me. The other thing you have to do is you have to get this picture to go onto your slideshow. So to do that, what you have to do is go to File and Download. And you want to download it as a JPEG picture. And when you do that, it's going to go right into your downloads. So then you can go to your Google Classroom assignment that you have and be able to open up your slideshow and simply just go Insert Image and be able to paste that picture right in there. Insert image, upload from your computer, and you'll find your rainforest or whatever background you're making, whatever biome you're doing. Okay, so again, that was File and go to Download, choose your JPEG image. Once you get into Slides, it's File, Insert. Once you get into your Google Slides, you're going to go to Insert Image and Upload from Computer and put it on your last slide of your show. All right, if you have questions and it's not looking right, you need some help, please don't be afraid to reach out and email me. Let me know, hey, I'm struggling with this. You can always share your file with me so I can kind of take a look at what you're doing, and then I can help you out. But when you're finished, don't share it to turn it in. You need to go back to Google Classroom and physically turn it in, so that way you can get credit for your assignment. If you need help, let me know. Good luck.